Hey guys, I'm Deuce.
And I'm Tima.
And we're the DUMA Family.
Welcome back to the journey, guys.
We hope everyone had a great weekend. We are just about to head out to finish off our weekend at a birthday party. It's my little niece's birthday party, so shout outs to you. But before we head out, we wanted to jump on here. We had another great, I wouldn't call it a debate.
Discussion.
A discussion. And last week's video, if you haven't seen that, stop this video, go check it out. Yes. We're going to link it right here. We talked about money versus love, or security versus love within relationships. This week, we're going to be talking about the phones. We're going to be talking about phone calls versus actually text messaging and texting as it relates to communication in between relationships and just all relationships, not just romantic relationships, husband and wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, but within friends
and family.
So I believe that we are connected, right, with this device all over the world, but we're more disconnected than ever. And here's what I mean. With this device, people think that it's easy that, like, for instance, I'll give birthday as an example, since we're going to a birthday party. They'll just say something like, hey, happy birthday, and they'll just text their friend, coworker, even family member. As opposed to, hey man, happy birthday, it's your birthday, I wish you well, bada bada bada. We're going away from real, lengthy conversations with substance, right? And you can't do that over text message. So my argument is, and this is first and foremost advice to myself, is stop texting so much and start calling folks again, going to see them again, and really keeping those real relationships strong and healthy. That's my argument. Tima, on the other hand, thinks that there's...
Well, I mean, I agree, but I also disagree. I just feel like in this millennium, it's just easier to text. So it's just easier and quicker to pull out your phone and send a quick text message, hey, happy birthday. Only because time is of the essence. I feel like... But it's also... I have 2 points. Time is of the essence. Well, a lot of us, we are always pressed for time. We don't have enough time to do the things that we want to do in a day, in a 24-hour time span. So it's just easier to grab your phone, send a text message, and be on your merry way. Whereas calling takes a little bit of while. You got to call them, then you have a little bit of conversation. You can't just say, hey, happy birthday, and just hang up the phone. You want to ask how they're doing and how's family and this and that, and it takes a little bit more time than how a text message would be easier, just send. So that's one part of my argument, and the other part is, again, to stress on the time part, is that we don't make enough time to have the importance to call somebody, to wish them a happy birthday. So I have like 2 arguments when it comes to that. It's like we should get away from the text and we should start calling, but on the other hand, texting is just easier and a quicker way to just kind of bada bing bada boom get it done.
Well, I say that's all BS. In life, you make time for what you want to make time for, and that's my point. A quick happy birthday, there's no real love behind that.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not anti-text messaging. Let me make that clear. Text messaging was a great invention, and it's great. But there's a time and place for everything. So if you're at work, for instance, right? Yeah. You're busy, you can't answer your phone because it wouldn't be professional or whatever. So you just text, hey, I'm at work, call you back later. Nothing wrong with that. But key word is call you back later. Yeah. We're getting away from that call you back later. You see what I mean? Right. And especially for something like a birthday, and take birthday out of it. Any holiday, any what it is. I know nowadays I've heard stories where someone knows someone who even passed away, and they'd be like, hey man, sorry about your loss, over text message. And I'm like, really?
But you got to think of it this way. If somebody is grieving, right? And somebody has somebody that's passed, they're dealing with a lot of stuff already, right?
Okay.
So they don't have time to like pick up the phone call each time for somebody who's calling to, show their condolences.
Okay.
So I think it's easier for them to, I think it should be double. you text them so that way it's acknowledged that, hey, they send their love and respect for your loss, but also when the time kind of passes, you give them a call later and be like, hey. But initially, I feel like it's okay to text, but as long as you follow up with a call.
Other way around, you call first. If they're busy, again, they won't pick up. Completely understandable and fair point. Then they will give you a call back later, and they will say, hey man, sorry I missed your call. This is what was going on.
Yeah.
And everyone understands.
But again, I feel like in some circumstances, and I get this a lot, like when Idris arrived and we had a lot of people coming to visit us, but I also got a ton of text messages be like, hey, we didn't want to bother you. We didn't want to, I know you have a lot going on. Let me know when you're free, then I'll call you and then we'll schedule. But that came from a text.
No, that's valid though. They said that they would call whatever. That's fine. I'm not talking about the person who wanted to call you, but he's like, I'm not sure this and this. I'm saying as a whole. And in general, again, to my general blanket statement, not everyone, there's exceptions, but majority of people nowadays would prefer to communicate over text. And also, it is detrimental to your social skills.
Yeah,
I see kids nowadays,
agree with that.
They don't know how to interact with folks.
Yeah.
Kids their age, let alone adults, they don't have that skill because all they are every day, all day is in front of a screen. If it's not watching YouTube on the phone, unless you're watching the DUMA Family, don't go ahead, keep watching. But outside of the DUMA Family, all they doing is boom, 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 or they're texting everybody. Hey man, you want to meet at the park? What is that? Back in the day, you had to come and knock at the door. Is Mom new here? Let's go to the park. Okay, maybe you don't have to go and knock all the time anymore because we do have technology. We want to use our technology. But come on, folks. Enough is enough. You have to make time and call folks. It's just, it's very important. I think we're heading down a wrong path as a society. Like Facebook, great invention. Connect with millions around the world. But the reality is now, only the people wishing you happy birthday on Facebook only because Facebook reminded them that it was your birthday. So it says, hey, it's Mom Lou's birthday. Wish him happy birthday. You're like, happy birthday. Boom. No, the real birthday that counts is the guy who's not on Facebook or is on Facebook, doesn't really use it, and say, hey, yo, Duke, since your birthday today, happy birthday. That's the one that I counted me. He actually remembered. He actually made an effort, came to your house, called you. It's either you go or you call. That's fine. So,
but I feel like we can't undermine those people who did take the time to text you, okay? Just because you can't, because oh, it
takes time to text them?
No, they pull their phone out. Especially the thoughtful. If it's just like, okay, happy birthday. Okay, those people are just like, okay, whatever. But some people, they text you lengthy messages. It's like, okay, they took the time out to do that. And it's just, I don't know, it's just now in this day and age, it's just easier to text. Again, everything is about convenience nowadays.
But does that make it right?
It doesn't make it right. That's why I agree to disagree. This is why this topic is like, you're right, but you're also like, you gotta evolve with today's times. You know what I'm saying?
Shoot, it's a smartphone, no problem. But use that phone. It's called a phone, not a text device. It's called a phone first. And texting is a bonus added feature. You might as well just start having text plans now.
But it's also like, if you know that somebody's in a pinch or a situation where they can't pick up the phone, you just text them. It's easy. You text them, boom, 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 boom.
That's fine. I ain't talking about that. That's fine.
But in general, though, how many people just call you randomly just to say hi, to talk?
Don't say that about me, because me and my boys do that, and that's why we're having this video. Shout out to all of my partners. We do a good job of keeping in touch with each other via the phone, via seeing each other, because we know the importance of keeping our brotherhood tight. Okay, so that's why I'm bringing this video up. Excluding you I know I'm an exception.
You guys out there, how many phone calls do you get a week from your friends or your family just calling you to check up on you.
Forget a week.
Now compare that, okay, in a month.
A day.
Now
just doing something easy for them to remember. How many phone calls did you get today as opposed to text messages?
Yeah.
That's the challenge for today for you guys, our viewers. Comment down below and let us know how many phone calls did you get today versus text messages.
I think maybe the older generation is still in the realm of, okay, yeah, let me call. But the millennials and the younger folks nowadays, I feel like, no, everything is text. You know what I'm saying? So I just think it's just easier for them. And while I do agree, yes, we should be taking more time out to call our friends, to call our families to see how they're doing. Like I said, it's just, I'm like in the middle, you know, like because of him, I have now had the habit of calling more often to find out, hey, XYZ, are you available? Or this, like for my mom, for example, I would usually just shoot a text, hey, are you free? Are you home or whatever? But no, I'll call, I'll be like, hey, are you home? Did you have dinner? What's going on? But usually that conversation would happen over text. But now, because of, like I said, because of him, I have the habit more of calling her and be like, hey, and plus it's good to hear, you know, your parents' voice, your family's voice, and you know, it's just, you know, it's something that we have to steer away from. So I do agree.
Okay, because I was going to leave you guys with this. I was going to say, think about what people go through in the dark, right? They don't disclose their issues, their problems. Everyone has issues, right?
Yeah.
And there's so many people committing suicide because a lot of times they feel like they're all alone and no one is there, no one's reached out. And when you go to work, you go to school, and you just see the person just walking on. Sometimes it's just an empty soul. It's just someone just kind of walking like a zombie, right? Mm-hmm. But when you have the connection, when you actually call them and say, hey, I'm calling to check on you, you will get much further, or you will go much further with that person than, hey, I'm just texting you to check on you. And you never know. You could save a life that way. Mm-hmm. I hear too many stories, folks, and a lot of it is attributed to people just being lonely, lack of real connections.
But a text, though, it does show that, hey, you've been on my mind, so let me show you. Yes, I've had people where it's random. It's like, okay, they text me just to check on me. I'm like, oh, that wasn't very nice of them. Mm-hmm. So I don't disregard those people that text me versus, hey, they call me. They still think of me and they send me a message. Be like, okay, well that's very nice. Me in the back of my mind, well, why didn't they call me? I prefer them to call me. I don't think that way. I'm like, wow, that's nice of them to at least show the initiative to send me a text.
All right, well, you heard what I had to say, DUMA family. You heard what she had to say. Now let's hear what you have to say. Mm-hmm. Make sure you comment below and let us know your thoughts. Do you prefer phone calls over text messages? And that also is just a two-part question.
Yes.
What do you prefer? But then after that, what is right, or what do you feel is right? Should we continue on the trend that we're going of just texting? Or should we go back to our roots of having those real connections and calling us?
Yes.
Let us know in the comments below. We're going to head out and go party.
Yes,
eat some cake.
We've been having great discussion. If you missed the last debate video, we had so many different conversation starters with that. So head on over to the link below. You'll see the link above, whatever. Go watch that video before. Comment below your thoughts, and then comment below your thoughts for this video, and let us know what other debates you want us to talk about or appear on this channel, because we really love just sitting down and talking about it, because this is what we do, like, in general, when we're sitting at home having a conversation. I was like, why don't we just do this on camera? So anyways, this is a lot of fun. This segment I'm really enjoying. So like you said, comment below, guys. Absolutely. We hope you guys are enjoying. Until next time, I'm Deuce. And I'm Tima. Take care.